Hi everyone, this is Colleen Kearns. We are coming to you live from the Northeast Film Festival here in Teaneck, New Jersey. And here I have the very well-known and the very talented Mr. Harry Lennix. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a little rainy outside, but the sunshine is right with you here.
Oh,
Colleen.
thank you. I am. I'm quite sunshiny.
That's it.
So you were here for the film, The Algerian,
Yes.
which is supposed to be phenomenal. Tell me all about it. Tell me about your role in the film.
Well, I play a Muslim imam of a local mosque. Ali comes to the mosque. Actually, I see him and invite him into the mosque, and he is reluctant at first. But I think it's in this particular time in our international history, to see that true Islam can sometimes be corrupted by a kind of political actionability, which frequently people are used to get to young and impressionable people. Right. But I represent the other side. I'm sort of the angel on the good side, and right. And then there's the jinn over here.
How did you feel, and to that note, what you said, in the times that we are living with terrorism being so prevalent and so realistic, and not only in the United States but overseas? How did you feel about filming a movie of that nature?
Well, it's interesting. Over the last, I was myself a Muslim for many years, and I was sometimes, the reactions that people get when they find out that you're Muslim is very interesting, because what is terrorism to the West is freedom fighting to a lot of people. Because if you look at the actions of many governments in that part of the land, that could very easily be called terrorism as well. And so I think what this film does, and I think we need more of them, is it humanizes, it gives a face to, gives a point of view of somebody who might be indoctrinated in a way that might be unfortunate for everyone. It's my opinion that until we start feeling each other's pain, until we start sympathizing and empathizing with each other, we'll just be able to call this action a terrorist act and another action that we're ignorant about. So that's what happens in these cases. So we need to really get both sides of it, and I think this movie does a good job of doing that.
That's excellent. And how did you feel about the cast and the director, and how the film has been received thus far?
The film has been doing tremendously well. It's won several awards, and I've been very, very proud to be associated with it. I'm one of the executive producers on it. My dear friend Giovanni Zelko is the director, co-writer, and he is a can-do kid.
Yes.
He is somebody who has a comprehensive knowledge of film. He loves film, he studied film, and he does film. So these are the kinds of things that, these are kind of people, I should say, that I want to be involved with. I just formed a production company of my own. We have already done 3 movies. Giovanni's been involved with 2 of them. So he's somebody that this is my hat trick with. This is my 3rd project with him. So he's somebody that's part of the family, and I have a lot of respect for him. We just cut a deal with a group called Next Films, and Next is NEHST. Anyway, we just signed a distribution deal with them, and we look forward to being able to put a lot of content into their pipeline.
Great. Well, it sounds like you have a lot coming up, and it seems like this film has done very well, and it's an honor to speak with you and a privilege to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, it's Terrion Taylor Anderson, and I'm standing here with none other than Mr. Harry Lennix. And to know the man is to love the man. Of course, you know his work from The Matrix, from Man of Steel, and he's here tonight at the Northeast Film Festival celebrating the success of The Algerian, which you've had 7 nominations over your career, 4 awards, and now you have a 5th award. You won the Icon Award tonight for The Algerian, which I saw, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's great to be an icon, particularly in the Northeast.
And I was going to say, welcome to the East Coast.
That's right.
The stars aren't out here, but that's because they're all inside, right?
That's right.
Exactly. Now, on top of being an acting icon, me as an actor, I've looked up to your work and I've watched your work. But on top of that, also, you are a producer, you're a businessman, and you're a visionary. And I think that all goes into being an icon. So can you give a little insight to all of our viewers out there who are actors or producers, but they want to branch over to other aspects as you have? Can you give us some advice on how you paved that road and how you found success in it?
Well, success is a very fluid, term in this industry, just because, really And I tell this to lots of young actors. The biggest part of show business is business. So, I mean, if you look at the greatest entertainers of all time, they've been on some level of businessmen, and they have marketed themselves and sold themselves, made themselves attractive or desirable in some way. Even you look at somebody like Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
If you look at somebody like William Shakespeare, he owned that theater that he was writing the plays for and was an actor in the company. So this is in a long tradition. The only thing that's changed now are the mediums on which we can show our work. They have expanded and not shrunk. So therefore, everybody today can be a producer. Like what you can shoot a movie on your phone.
Yeah.
That is an unthought of advance in technology.
Exactly.
It now costs, what used to cost millions now costs thousands. What used to cost thousands now costs hundreds. So if you were clever enough or diligent enough, you too can be a filmmaker. The question is, how do you then get that image and get that business out there? And nobody's really figured that out yet. Nobody's really figured out how to monetize the internet.
It's a new medium.
It's a new medium. Obviously, one of the ways is through advertising, but because it's expanding, all somebody really needs to do is figure that out. And really, to be successful at business, it's a very simple formula. Cost of goods sold and the cost of the return on an investment. So,
say that one more time so that they can.
Good, so the COGS, right? That's what it takes to make the product.
Right.
If you make that product and it costs less than what you sell the product for, then you're a success in business.
In business, which also helps with the acting, I'm quite sure.
Absolutely.
Now, you brought up the point that you could literally make a movie on your iPhone now, or Android, whatever phone you have. It's come a very long way from the first movie ever created, which was called The Train, which cost so much money, and it was literally 2 minutes of a train rolling in, coming into the camera. But I think overall, whether you're shooting it on your phone or whether you're shooting in a big studio, it takes a team. And I know that you and Giovanni Zelko have worked together on The Algerian. You're working together on some future projects. Can you tell us a little bit about those projects that you guys have coming down the pipe?
I can. I'm delighted to tell you about it. Now, was that film The Train? Was that the Lumiere brothers?
It was.
Yeah, so Giovanni and I, this is our third project, The Algerian. We also are working on a fourth project. So the first project that we worked together on was a short that he did called The Interview. The second was our mutual film we co-executive produced called H4. It's the first black Shakespeare film ever done using Shakespeare's language.
Wow.
Something in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Shakespeare, those plays are about 400 years old, and to think that this is the first time, that kind of thing has been attempted. Is rather actually interesting, although that's not what the movie is about.
Right, but it's also innovative, for you all to come in and make that a possibility.
Indeed it is, and I think we have a unique approach to it. The third movie is The Algerian, as I say. The fourth is now being finished. It's called Revival, and it is a gospel fantasia about the life and ministry of Jesus Christ.
Wow. Told
with gospel music and set into a modern time. So it's sort of like Jesus Christ Superstar meets The Wiz.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I'm sad that I missed the audition for it.
We're not finished yet. I can show you on my phone. So.
And we're back to the new technology yet again. I think there's a reoccurring theme that you guys have here. You all tend to, you and Giovanni together, bring social issues, if you will, that are going on in today's light, and just kind of shining a new perspective on them, whether it's having an all-black cast doing Shakespeare, which the text is timeless, or whether it's doing something like The Algerian, which is so prevalent in our face post 9/11. Where do you guys, are you guys continuing in that pattern? Is this intentional that you guys are making a statement with the productions that you all are doing?
Well, I think it's an interesting question. I think that. And I'll just be very personal right now. Please do. As a black filmmaker now, we got all of this retrograde stuff about the past. 200 years ago when people were slaves or whatever, butlers and these sorts of things. That has no impact. I already know all of that. So to me, the most current and most urgent thing is to talk about today, is to talk about now. If we tell a story about the past, how does it relate to now? What good does it do for me to see myself suffer in a way that no longer is relevant to me? That happens. I'm glad people want to know. If they don't know, with that story. Then God bless those stories, but I would like to see something that addresses the very real trouble, certainly about Black life that we see happening right now in Ferguson, that we see happening in Staten Island, with people minding their business. They can't walk down the street without getting shot either by a gang member or by the police to whom they're supposed to flee. So where's that movie?
Yeah.
And how do we help people navigate through this extremely convoluted life in modern times? Very difficult. So even if it's about the past, it should be relevant to the present. We cannot see the future, but the future, I think, is now in the technology. I think if you tell good human stories about people that are recognizable and that have things in common with us, then that story is relevant. And if you're not doing that, then you're an auteur, you are an historian, you are a demagogue, but I would say you're not much of a filmmaker.
And I would like to say everything that you just said pretty much sums up why you won the Icon Award tonight, why your artistry is known not only in the U.S. but around the world. You guys filmed this on several continents. It's taken 5 years, but it's a beautiful piece of work. Welcome to the East Coast. We're glad to have you. We hope that you come back again for the Northeast Film Festival next year. And thank you, I think, for your work on this earth and what you're going to continue to do.
Thank you, Terry. Great to be here.
All right, guys.